Hello everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. The scheme that we are covering today, it is scheme of funds for upgradation and generational and regeneration of the traditional industries. Okay, and why are we covering this particular scheme? Because see, if you look at the syllabus of be it RBI, NABARD, okay, or any such examination where economics is there, right? So industries are you can understand industries, they also contribute to economic development, right? Therefore this particular scheme, it is very important when it comes to the syllabus of economy, and that is why we are going to study about this particular scheme. So from the name itself you can have an idea that we are utilizing the fund. So government is utilizing the fund for what purpose? For the upgradation and regeneration of the traditional industries, right? Because see, traditional industries, of course, they are unique in themselves, right? But they are not that much remunerative for the artisans, and for that reason they are leaving that, right? That is why aim of the government through this particular scheme is first of all to the people who have left this job of the traditional industries to bring them back, right? So that even our culture, our traditional heredity can also be saved. And the ones who are already involved in this, they do not have much tools, or you can say modern tools and technology which can help them to fasten up and to improve the already skills that they have, and for that purpose upgradation will be done. All right, so whatever be the points that are important from examination perspective, we are going to cover in it, and at the end I'm going to address the doubts. Okay, so we'll start, but before that, here's an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies. We have come up with one-stop solution guide to all the queries that you must be having regarding the organization you would want to join. For example, if you want to know more about RBI, NABARD, SEBI, or what is its role in India's economy, what is the hierarchy that goes on in there, what is its purpose, role, everything has been comprehensively explained over here, along with what will be your role once you join the organization. Once that is done, I'm sure you would want to know about the recruitment process. So how many phases are there? What is the pattern of each phase? What is the previous year trend that is going on in for this particular examination? And syllabus and everything, all the doubts regarding the recruitment process have been in detail explained. At the end, we have also explained how you can prepare yourself for this examination with some simple steps. So if you want to know about all this information, you can download these e-guidebooks, which is free of cost, and the link of it is present in the description box below. All right, so if we talk about Sfurti, and we have understood the full form of it, so for that, for in this particular slide, let's just understand like what are the traditional industries, right? See, traditional industries of a particular region, of a particular country, are considered to be those for which first of all the raw material that is required, it is what? It is local in nature, like whatever be the local things that are present, as you can see in the picture here, how beautifully the here how the tree here the wooden resources that we have converted them into something beautiful, right? And even for the clays we can see, or maybe for the textile purpose, as you can see in the picture, how we have beautifully we have presented them, right? So these are the these are the traditional industries where first of all the raw materials are local. Along with that, the skills that are required in that, those are usually passed on from one generation to another. That is why it's called traditional industries, because traditionally from one generation to another it is passed on. Okay, but we have understood that because it was not that much remunerative, that is why people are leaving this, right? But if you look at the rural India, right, where there is not much industrial development that has taken place, right? So these are the sources on which the people, they are dependent on their livelihood, but they are not getting much money out of it, right? That is why government decided that if in rural India, people who are already engaged in this, if we upgrade the tools that we have, the skills that they currently possess, they can have much better prices for their product and much better livelihood, right? And similarly, the people who do not know about this skill, and they are in rural India and they are in need of some employment, this can be the best way of it, right? Because government, as we have understood, they are more focusing on self employment rather than providing with the jobs in the government sector. So for that reason, this Furti scheme has been developed to provide with funds for the development of the traditional industries, right? So initially there were some schemes, these are the name mentioned in the schemes, where which already existed, but what the government did, see देखो, if for same thing there are various schemes, no, it becomes a little bit difficult to track the process. That is why the pre-existing schemes that were there, for example, scheme for enhancing productivity and competitiveness of khadi industries and artisans. Another scheme was scheme for product development, design, intervention and packing. Third was scheme for rural industrial service center, and fourth was other small interventions. This is the names of scheme. For example, ready wrap units, ready for wear mission, all these schemes pre-existed. So when this scheme was formed back in 2005, all these pre-existing schemes were merged into it, under it, and now all come under Spurti scheme. Okay. So now if you look at it, we understood that what comes in this particular scheme. First of all, the aim will be to increase the productivity. Means productivity increase करने का क्या मतलब हुआ? In lesser amount of time, more products are formed. Okay, and that is why the focus is on upgradation and providing them with new tools and techniques, right, so that they can create more products and sell more products and gain more profit, right. Another is to increase the competitiveness, because the government is not just aiming to provide them with money so that they can go for livelihood, but to flourish, right. So for that reason, at national level, if your product is of good quality, it is of good packaging, good marketing is there, good branding is there, of course it is going to leave its mark, not only at the national level but also at the international level. Okay, so that is why aim is also to increase the competitiveness. Apart from that, proper product development, proper design, which are catchy to the eyes, which are pleasing to the eyes, so that they have more market value. Proper packaging needs to be done, proper service center should be there, right. So all these which have now been merged under Spurti, it is somehow now you can understand that aim here is to do that only, and by that only we will regenerate this particular industries that were there, right. We have to bring that up now. The launcher of the scheme is 2005, and it falls under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. See, we need to understand, because Spurti mein kya hota hai, small, like family, it's a family business, right. At a small scale it's done, either individual do that or the whole family do that, right. So that is why it's not a big industrial setup currently that we are having, and that is why this falls under the Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Means it's kind of a small business that a family do. All right. Now we have what is the aim of this particular scheme. So I hope by now we have understood everything. It's just like a revision kind of thing that we are doing. So what is the aim? So we have to organize the traditional industries. What does it mean by organizing? Means to form the clusters. देखो अभी currently क्या हो रहा है? Individual people are doing individual stuff, right? So individual person or a individual family can create smaller number of a number of objects, right. But if clusters are there, first of all क्या होगा, प्रॉपर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग होगा. अभी क्या है, इट्स अ इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर, राइट. इवन इफ आई एम समबडी हु हैज हायर्ड वन और टू पीपल who will make traditional stuff for me, I'm not providing them with proper rights, right. उनको उनके rights नहीं पता है, I'm just exploiting them, right. But once these are properly organized into cluster, first of all they would get to know about the rights that they possess. Along with that, it will be easier for government to provide them with the proper safe environment. What does it mean? It means that government cannot just individually provide them in tools and machines, right. But if there is a cluster, there is a proper organization, of course for one particular entity or cluster, it is easier to provide them with facilities, right. So that is why aim is to organize the traditional industry. And how that will be done? That will be done through making into clusters, group. Okay, artisans are the people who possess these arts, ठीक है, to make them competitive, okay, to make them competitive, and also to provide long term sustainability, ठीक है. Institutional arrangement है. Now how this will be done? So we have said that we will regenerate the industry, but how? So for that, at different level there are different committees that are there. Okay, so first of all देखो, nodal agency will be the one which will search the cluster, which will search the artisans and the art that exist in a particular state or a particular area, and then it will create a model which can be implemented there. Okay, any model or project that can be implemented in the area to uplift the conditions of the artisans, ठीक है. So that will be nodal agency. अब nodal agency, there is no specific, it will depend on what kind of art that particular area it has. Okay, for example, if the particular area, the artisans, they are skilled in some khadi business, okay, khadi textile mein if they have some good skills, right? So in that case nodal agency will be KVIC, okay. So KVIC will search for the areas where the textile, the khadi textile it's prevalent, the art is prevalent, and then it will make a project which will help them to improve the condition, and then it will go to steering committee that we have made such project and we think that this model will help to improve the artisans over there, right? Then steering committee's role is to approve or disapprove the project, okay. So approval is given by the steering committee, okay. So steering committee is at national level and it is headed by the secretary of MSME, okay. MSME ke jo secretary, it is headed by him or her, and its role is to approve the projects that will be proposed by nodal agency. Now KVIC, for example, I gave for khadi textile, right? Apart from that, if any art that is related to coir. What is coir? Coconut, you must have seen, right? So above around coconut, the fiber that is present, the dry fiber that is there, usko kya bolte hain? Usko bolte hain coir, okay. तो उससे भी we understand, right? There are various stools are made out of it, right? Other things, mats are made out of it. So for coir, so coir board will take care of that, okay. I hope you understand. Nodal agency is just not one. It will depend on what sort of work the art that it possesses, ठीक है. Then there will be some technical agencies will also be there, which will provide with technical support, and implementing agency. Now implementing agency will be the one which at the grassroots level will work on that, and we have to keep this thing in mind that implementing agency does not necessarily have to be of government. It can be any, like for example, if NGO, it can be an NGO also, it can be any private player also, right? But its role will be to at the grassroots level will have to implement it, ठीक है. Type of scheme, this is center sector scheme. It means what? It will be 100% funded by the central government, okay. Central sponsored is the one where center and state, they have the cumulative funding of the project, but in center sector it is 100% funded by the central government. और कितना मिलेगा? How much money will be given? Rupees 8 crore for a single project. This will be given to the implementing agency. So to implementing agency, this money 8 crore will be given to them for a single project, so that the purpose of the scheme can be fulfilled, ठीक है. And this 8 crores of a singular project will be given by whom? Will be given by the central government, ठीक है. And how this selection of clusters will be done? So we have said that we will form a cluster, right? But we should keep in mind that the cluster should not be too big, right? So that even all people are not able to get the benefit out of it, and it should not be too small, right? Because it will be kind of it should be time efficient for the government to focus on that, right? So it's been said that on a basic level, average level, how much will be how clusters will constitute of how many? Around 500 beneficiary families, ठीक है. Cluster कितना होगा? In general, around 500 beneficiary families, right? But what if in some area geographical conditions are like such that there the population naturally exists very less, right? So so what it's been said that in general conditions, one cluster will be of 500 beneficiary families. If there are a lot of families present in a particular area, there will be more than one clusters, ठीक है. There will be more than one cluster. But what if in some region there can never be this much population? So in that scenario they would not be ignored, ठीक है. तो in cases क्या होगा? जो भी on the basis of geographical concentration, if less number of people are there, then according to that place lesser cluster will be there, right? But if for example in a particular place 1000 beneficiary families are there, right? So you would not make clusters of 200 200 200. No, in that case you are going to make beneficiary family का cluster कितने में? 500 500. So 2 clusters will be formed in that particular area, okay. I hope that is clear. Next we have at least 10% from northeast state, means northeast will be given focus, and it's being said that whenever cluster will be formed, so at least we have to keep in mind 10% should be from the northeast, ठीक है. अब objectives क्या है? Objectives we have already understood, ठीक है. Sustainable employment. I will answer all the queries, please wait a while, okay. First I'll just complete it. So to provide sustainable employment, ठीक है, so that we have understood government is trying to focus on the self employment, ठीक है. तो employment मिलेगा for the traditional industries, जो भी artisans or rural entrepreneurs को. Apart from that, government will not just uplift them at the base level, which is to provide them with the skills, but after that they would also help them with the proper marketing, ठीक है. कैसे होगा? They would be, as we understood, one of the previous scheme there was, right, which will focus on project design and how to label it, right, so that it can be catchy to the eyes. So that is why under the objectives of Spurti, this is also there to enhance the marketability of product by making it more attractive. Okay, to make provision for common facility, improve tools. ठीक है, तो देखो अगर हमको simply even without mugging up, if you want to keep the objective, if I'm talking about Spurti scheme, first will be to provide employment, right? That is one thing. Now I am providing employment, how? By providing them with the skills or upgrading their skills. Okay, now I have upgraded their skill, they have made the product, but it's not its marketing is not good, right? So for that I will teach them how to make it the designs proper, and this will help the into competitiveness and marketability of that particular product, right? Then after that, how this will be done? If I said I have to increase the marketability or the productivity, how that can be done? That will be done by providing them with improved tools and equipments for the work that they do. Okay, and here the active participation of stakeholders means, as we have understood कि यहाँ पे private players भी आएंगे, public private partnership भी आएगी, who will be providing skills, improved technology, advanced processes. We have understood NGOs will also play a major role to implement the agency. ठीक है, उनको they will be taught about the marketing intelligence will be imparted so that they can sell off their product. ठीक है, and along with that, so marketing bata diya, but what if there is no proper value chain, like there is no proper logistic that is there, right? So focus on that will be done. Okay, and here the aim is also not at the at offline mode the things will be done. Of course there will be focus on that, but along with that e-commerce में भी उनका marketing channel create किया जाएगा. Marketing channel will be created at the e-commerce level. ठीक है, अब e-commerce क्या होता है? आपका मिंत्रा हो गया, Amazon हो गया, फ्लिपकार्ट हो गया. So these artisans, they would be connected in these e-commerce platforms so that they can sell off their product there as well. ठीक है, so it's not just offline but online as well. Okay, talking about key features, there are three major ones. Okay, one are the soft intervention. Soft intervention means soft skills provide करना, to provide them with skills, to aware them that what are the opportunities that are there in traditional industries, and opportunities of market, and all these awareness along with providing them with the skills. ठीक है, that comes under soft intervention. Hard intervention is, hard means hard is something that you can touch, right? In computer also we study hardware, software. Software you cannot touch, right? It's virtually there, and hardware is what you can, things that you can touch. Similarly, hard intervention, it includes the equipments, the tools, the space, a particular space for them to where they can come together, and with the help of machineries and tools that they can make the product. ठीक है, next we have what? Next we have thematic intervention. Okay, in my screen it's looking like black. Okay, I'm looking in my phone, so if in your case also it's looking like black, I'll just want to write over here again. Okay, so one we have soft intervention. Well, the PPT that you're going to get there, I hope you'll be able to clearly see that. Next is hard intervention. If you cannot see, actually I'm looking at my mobile also, and there I can see this in black color, so that's why I am writing over here, if that is also the case that you are observing. And third is thematic intervention. So hard intervention, to provide them with space, soft intervention to provide them the skills to utilize that space, and thematic intervention is like one step ahead, that after they have created stuff, after that about marketing. Okay, so for marketing and all the marketing, research and development, these things will come under your thematic intervention. ठीक है, and that is all in this particular scheme. ठीक है, but एक last बचा है financial assistance. ठीक है, दो type का मिलेगा depending on the clusters. Okay, so we understood the regular cluster will be 500 artisans. ठीक है, there the government assistance will be up to 2.5 crore. Assistance for what? For equipments, for the space. Okay, for training purpose also some money will be required. ठीक है, and major clusters के लिए कितना होगा? Up to 5 crore. You have to keep in mind here the money is like up to. ठीक है, up to means इतना तक उनको government assistance देगी. For example, a cluster has been made. ठीक है, अब they were provided with the skills, right? Now they would want to set up on their own, so they require some assistance, right? So 2.5 crore up to 500 artisans, and more than 500 artisans में कितना मिलेगा? 5 crore. This is the two type of financial assistance which the which the artisans can get. Okay, now this is a homework for you all, okay, for this particular question, and these are the toppers of the last session, where Keshav and Funny and Babin, I'm sorry, usernames are hard to read, okay, and Gopi said the right answer. Apart from that, Babin has also given one additional information of ENAM that we studied last time, saying Tamil Nadu highest number of mandis followed by Rajasthan in ENAM. Okay, and then Babin also asked me to make a video on this particular scheme that I'll definitely make in the next one. Okay, now I'm going to take some questions. Okay, Shubh, I appreciate your concern, but currently I'm working from remote area, so I'm not able to use the big board, but I take the suggestion, we'll do something about it. And if you are not able to understand anything, please do let me know. I'll clear that anytime. And I'm confused between business line and live min. What should I prefer for RBI? Saransh, dekho, you just have to pick one. What I would suggest, try to read editorials from both once, okay, and which you prefer more, or once, not only the editorial, try to read whole newspaper once, and which way you feel like you're more comfortable and you feel like have better news, then just go for any one. Okay, you don't have to go for two. Why has खादी been mentioned specifically in स्फूर्ति? ओके शुभ, देखो खादी जो है ना वो इंडिया का एक ट्रेडिशनल, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ट्रेडिशनल इंडस्ट्रीज, राइट? तो जो खादी है, जो खादी के कपड़े हैं, इवन इफ यू नो, ड्यूरिंग जब इंडिपेंडेंस की लड़ाई में भी, when we were fighting for our independence at that time, the nationalists, they were promoting khadi products. Why? Because it was of our own, of India, and that is why his specific mention of khadi over here. Do we have to prominent members from commerce board or business to help the process of organizing promotion? Yes, Shubh Mishra, in institutional agency, yes, the who are the big players of industries who can provide, you know, good trainings to the to these people, right? Apart from that, the national level boards that we have, of course they are there in it, but we do not have to, you know, specifically learn the members name, because there are many players under it, whoever are at the at good level that we have at industrial level, right? All will help to upgrade and regenerate the industrial industry. So of course, big players will be there, and are there, even the private players are also there. Clusters mean doing same traditional work, right? Okay, so cluster is like group of people, right? So if they are doing same, so of course we will make cluster of people who are doing the same traditional work. Okay, if some all 500 people, if they all will be involved in a certain sort of handicraft only, because it will be easier to train them, right? Because if we have made clusters of 500 people and all are doing different activities, or even half of them are doing different activities, it will be difficult to train them, right? And Mitesh says yes. Okay, what is the basics of classification of intervention into the three categories? Basis of classification, right? Shubh, dekho, whenever you are doing a business, right, for first of all you require skill, right? So for skill, that we have kept in soft intervention, right? And then you require space, right? For example, if I give you, for example, for teaching, first of all you should have knowledge, as well as you know how to convey that knowledge, right? So that is the soft intervention, right? But now how I am conveying to you, for that I require internet connection, right? I require this computer, right? I require webcam, I require this headphone, right? So these are your hard intervention, so that is required, right? And now how do you get to know about this? Because we did marketing at YouTube, right? You must have seen some ads online, right? By that only you would must have got to know about us, right? And so, and we also do research on regulatory bodies, how the examination pattern is, and that is how we cater all the information to you which is relevant from your examination perspective, right? So that comes under your thematic intervention. So I hope you can understand that these are the basics that are required, right, to set up an industry. Yes, Shubh Mishra. Yes, so I have written that down, and you will get the information. You will get whenever you get the PDF, which you can get from our Telegram channel. Okay, its link it is also in the description box below. From there on, you can get. Okay. Thank you, Shubh. Thank you for your kind words. And yes, I am going to continue the sessions. We have every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. So thank you everybody for watching. That is all in this particular video. If you have any doubt, please don't hesitate. Write it down. I'll reply either in the comment section or in the next video if I feel like other people should also, have the clarity on that particular thing. And yeah, that is all the very best for your examination, and